Hey there, it's Friday again. Reporting on week, I think it's 13. I'm gonna go with week 13. Um, I missed a couple weeks. COVID got the best of myself and my family. I didn't quite realize that I did not upload a blog until it was too late, and then before you know it, my whole household was crashing. Um, yeah, took a week off myself, actually a little more than a week, with the good old COVID. I had every symptom known to man, and eventually I was so congested it felt like I was underwater and I couldn't hear anything for 2 days. So, very glad to be back. My first day back in class was Wednesday, and I only do Monday through Thursday, so I only had a couple days this week, but it was quite good. Miss Bolton is a trooper, and she definitely kind of eased me back into things as I was not, as much as I was feeling good after recovering. Um, I was genuinely exhausted my first day back. I was not expecting, I thought I was prepared. I thought everything was going to be fine and dandy, and I couldn't believe the amount of energy it took out of me just being at school. We definitely co taught on Wednesday. And Miss Bolton's feeling a little under the weather herself, and she's got a lot going on in her personal life. So I said, Thursday, it's all me. And so basically ran the ship myself on Thursday. And we've been getting our grade nines into curling, our grade nines and tens actually, getting them into thermal curling and some proper structure behind that. So the intentional mistakes creating fish hooks intentionally with our seniors went over really, really well. So we decided we were going to move forward and do that with the juniors also. So something we realized though is some of our grade nines are they need a little bit more direction, and we had to take it a step back and go down to the basics of how to form clean sections and giving them a full-on lesson on just how do we section the hair properly and effectively. So that was somewhat interesting. I wasn't expecting to have to go back to that degree. And it's interesting this time of year, you try to get in as much of the curriculum as you have left. And, there's essentially only really 2 weeks before Christmas break. And, once we get back from Christmas break, our students will be working on ISUs. And there's just so much going on in the month of December. We had a grade 8 day. I was unfortunately not there when grade 8 day came about, but it was kind of sprung upon the school that after they had done that last week, the staff was finding out on Thursday that they're going to be doing an additional grade 8 day on Monday. And it's for a school that wasn't invited initially, and there were some hiccups with that, and you lose a teaching day doing the initial grade 8 day, and now you're losing an additional teaching day with this additional date. It's can be challenging, but you got to just roll with it and keep pivoting, and that's what we did. And something that was a little interesting that brought me to a slight realization is there were two students that were behind that didn't submit some homework for Miss Bolton, and so she said, okay, go to the front of the class, grab a textbook, and finish up those questions before we get you hands-on. And I didn't quite notice myself, and Miss Bolton had recognized that the textbooks weren't open, but yet they were doing the work. And she called them out on it and said, how are you getting the work done? Textbook's not even open. They're like, oh, miss, I have it on my phone. And she's like, show me. She's like, that's not even your handwriting. Like, come on now. So rather than give them a 0, she was just like, check your phones in. ditch the phones and get these questions done, do them yourself. Like, let's be honest here. So she was like, note to future, be certain that you really take a good gander. If their textbooks aren't open, that's a tell-all sign that they're likely not doing the work and they're just copying their friends. So it was a bit of a learning, teachable moment, if you will, for myself. And aside from having just a pretty good transition back into the classroom, I will say I did another date with my SLP. I made it in on Wednesday, and the group was a lot more participatory. um, they were actually engaging. They were told that they have to by the manager of the inn. They said, it's compulsory. You must participate. You must engage. Group night is non-negotiable. And she had given them a bit of a talking to in their attitudes towards me, if you will. And we had a really great day. I was actually quite shocked. I was really thrilled to have had a really, really successful evening with them. The last couple sessions I've gone in there, right at 7 o'clock, they're like, okay, time for us to have a house meeting. Can we help you bring anything to your car? Kind of, here's your hat, what's your hurry? And I was there probably until almost 8 o'clock. And so we all had a really good time. The group is really engaged. You could tell that I kind of earned, I don't want to say that I earned, but I deserve their trust, I think. And I think that they recognize that I'm there with a purpose and I'm genuine, and we just made some better connections, and I feel like there's a little bit more of a relationship there. So it felt really, really, really good to leave on a positive note, and I'm actually looking forward to my next day back. And I think I might even be a little bit sad when I wrap it up completely with them, and I'll remember each of them infinitely. And hopefully there's a couple nuggets of knowledge or wisdom that I've passed down that they carry forward with them moving along through life. So short week, so short blog, and hopefully we have a fantastic week next week. And have some juicier details, if you will. Anyways, have a fabulous weekend to you all.